Okay, I'm doing a full length, full speed ring sling tutorial video here because the technique is really important, and blink and you'll miss it, so listen carefully. There are the rings, put them on your shoulder and reach out with the fabric and gather up the fabric bit by bit in the other hand. The aim is to make sure nothing gets bunched or twisted, so we are gathering up the fabric bit by bit so we know it's not twisted going into the rings. Put it through and then pull the fabric over your shoulder, open up the rings and feed the fabric through the bottom ring, again making sure nothing's bunched or twisted. I'm using a stripy ring sling here. I do recommend stripy ring slings because you know if your top edge is yellow coming into the rings, it should be yellow coming out of the rings. I am feeding that bottom edge, which is green, towards my rings, and then I'm finding the green edge coming out of my rings and pulling that towards my other hand. So I'm pulling it to meet it. I'm lifting up the ring there and pulling the yellow stripe, so I've got a tight bottom edge and a loose top edge. I'm checking my ring position and shoving that higher up on my shoulder. You basically should be checking your ring position all the time and keep pushing it there. Alright, I'm putting my hand through my pouch and I am sitting my baby on that tight bottom edge. The idea is you sit the back of their knees on the tight bottom edge, bring the pouch up over the baby's back. I'm finding that yellow stripe, feeding it towards the rings, and then I'm finding the yellow stripe coming out of my rings and I'm pulling it towards my baby's head. And when I've got that top tightened up, I'm going down the whole tail, pulling it strand by strand so it's tight all the way around my baby's body. You should have a bucket seat. The knees should be higher than the bum, and that's really important. Otherwise they just end up sitting on the edge of a ledge and it's not so comfortable. I do have some restrictive movement in that arm if that's important to you, and if you can't get that right by putting the rings higher on your shoulder, you might want to think about trying a pleated shoulder ring sling. To loosen, you lift up the rings and then lift the baby on your shoulder. Hope you caught that. Hey, but the fun doesn't stop there. Once your baby gets to the point where they're toddling about, you might find they want a bit more up and down in a ring sling. And that's where the ring sling comes back into its own. So I'm going to show you how I carry a big child in it. The demonstration doll's about the size of a 3-year-old. I'm still the same principle, tight bottom edge, loose top edge, check where your rings are, but I've just made everything slightly looser because I want the baby's knees to be lower down on my torso. So put the baby on my shoulder, find the feet, guide them through and sit them on the bottom edge. And this time, because he's a big guy and I want him high up on my torso because that's going to be most comfortable, I've sat him on my hip there. Find the top edge, pull it towards the baby's face, and then pull down the rest of the fabric across the width of the tail to get that lovely tight hammock for them to sit in, and then do a little dance. Why not? Hey, happy days. Oh, I love a ring sling cuddle. It's alright, isn't it? Give me a click, give me a like, yay!